let's talk about failure, shall we? Let us dissect the concept of failure that our minds so wrongly created, because there is no such thing as failure. And yet my mind makes me feel like a failure all the time, but I have actual proof, personal experience that makes me know that there is no such thing as failure, even though my mind keeps playing that over and over again in my head. Just stay with me, okay? So this is what happened. Last year, I quit my job in search for the things that I really want to do, the things that I really want to spend my time doing. And I had a lot of projects waiting for me that I was eager to go ahead and work on, like a book that I'm writing on, like this YouTube channel, like making online courses, a lot of things regarding working with people, because people is my thing. I like people and I have so much to offer people. And I hadn't been working with people, I had been working with corporate projects. So I quit. And at the same time, I started my own company. I don't know the English word, but it's not like a huge company, but just where I work as a freelance consultant on the side just to make money while doing these projects, right? And that is what I've been doing for the last 12 months. And now the contract is out. So I'm out of that line of work. And I was sure that when that year had went by, I would have all of these projects up and running so that I can fall back on that and do what I love doing full time. I'm not there. Long story short, I am not there. And because of that, my mind keeps telling me that I failed. I failed to chase my dream. I failed to do what I thought was right for me. I failed at all of the project. This channel is, I haven't been consistent, and when I have been consistent, I cannot seem to reach the people that I want to reach. Of course, some of you I have, and I love that, but it's very slow. And I wanted it to be a community because I wanted to find my people here. But I haven't, or I have found some of you, and I do love that, but it's not a community. So that's one thing I failed. And then my book, which is basically ready. This is Lottie, by the way, she's lovely. My book, which is basically ready to just polish. Well, how many times have I opened that in the last 12 months? Not a lot. So I failed that. And then my projects of having this online course or online coaching, I haven't gotten there. So I failed in a lot of things according to my timeline. These 12 months, I would have all of my ducks in a row and live my best life. And I pictured that I really wanted to do these things online because I wanted, first of all, I wanted to reach as many people and work with as many people as possible, but also I wanted to experience the freedom of being my own boss, of working when I feel like working, when I'm inspired to create, and spend my days with a lot more freedom to fill my life with good stuff, with friends and family, with self-development, waking up when I want to, taking days off when I want to, all of these things. And let me tell you, this is why I know that I gained something when my mind wants me to feel like I failed something. Because what I learned, I actually got the possibility to experience that freedom, because I was working about 50% as a consultant and made quite good money from that. So I still had the freedom to work on my project and to do the things that I wanted to do. And then after my contract went out, I think almost 2 months ago, I've had a lot of freedom because I gave myself some time because I could afford it. Sorry, it's just my zipper on my pants. And what I learned is I don't enjoy that type of freedom in the way that I thought I would, in the way that I daydreamed about. I am realizing that I need routines. I need routines to get work done. I cannot just walk around on pink clouds and work whenever I feel inspired to, because I don't feel inspired to actually do the work a lot of the time. I am inspired to develop concepts and ideas and write things down, but when it comes to actually doing it, that doesn't come from inspiration, does it? It comes from routine. It comes from timelines and all of these things. So that's the one thing I learned. And then the other thing I learned, working for myself from home or from wherever I wanted to be, which I thought would be so inspiring and so uplifting, it's not for me, because I am missing being in a social environment. I'm missing interacting with people. I'm missing being there for people and with people, and then coming home from work feeling tired but fulfilled. Not necessarily from the work I've been doing, but from the people I've seen. Because I get input. I get input from leaving my house, from meeting people, from talking to people. That's how I get ideas. That's how I get inspiration. So, mind, what you call failure, I know is actually valuable lessons in what it is that I actually want, what my desire looks like, because my desire turned out not to be what I thought it was. I still want to be able to be there for people as my work situation, yes, but not just on my own time, in my own company. That's lonely. That's lonely for me. So I am actually now realizing that I'm going to, and I already have, applied for jobs again. Quite different jobs than what I did before. And also, I did not need my 5 years at university to apply for these jobs. And they will pay way less more than I got before. But I don't care, because I know now from this year that looks like failure that my desire is looking different than what I thought it did. And I wouldn't actually gain that information, gain that wisdom and knowledge about myself and about my desire if I didn't get the chance to experience that freedom, for example, that I thought I wanted. Because if I never got to experience it and live it the way I've been doing this last year, I would still think that that's what I wanted. So if I never got to experience that, I would go around thinking, oh, what if? Oh, if only I had this freedom right now, I would feel so much better. I would be so much happier. Well, I tried it and it didn't work for me. And thank you for the ability to try that and learn this very important knowledge about myself. And that's also something I would like to say about failure, is that whenever we feel like, or it looks like we failed at something, it obviously must mean that it wasn't quite for us, that there's something even better out there, that maybe we want something else than what we thought we wanted. And very often we think we want what we see other people having, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing for us, you know? So I do believe that if I was truly meant to do things the way that I try doing them now, and I truly loved it, I wouldn't have failed. I wouldn't have come to this conclusion that it wasn't for me. So if that's the case, there is no such thing as failure. It's just trying something and learning whether or not that was the right way for you to go or not. You know? So now I know what way to go. Not necessarily exactly the things that I want to do or experience, but I know where to start because I have been lucky enough to try something. I followed my gut feeling and I tried it, and it wasn't what I thought it would be. And thank you for that, because now I don't have to spend the rest of my life wondering what if. I tell you what, I'll take failure any day over regret. Regret of not trying something, that is poison. That is poison to me. But I tried, I finally tried. And I do still believe that my intuition, my inner voice was right. I have never for a second regretted that I left my job because I want to do something differently. And I will, but it just wasn't the way that I thought. My life doesn't look the way I thought it would look. And that's okay because it wasn't what I wanted. And also I've been thinking, okay, maybe I failed at YouTube because I've been here for over a year and it's a very slow growing channel. I can't seem to reach out to people. I've tried different things, different packaging, and it doesn't seem to work. But now I'm thinking maybe that wasn't for me either. And that led to me press record right now with things looking like this and me looking like this and having this pissed off energy because I don't care anymore. You know, if it's not for me, then what do I have to lose? I can just pick up that camera and record anyway. Maybe this reaches someone who appreciates what I'm talking about. And if it doesn't, at least I tried, because that's how I learn. Not learn just this cliche about learning things about life and what works and not, but learn about me, learn about what I want, what brings me happiness. So I just wanted to have this serious conversation with my mind, who keeps telling me that I failed, because I didn't fail. And you didn't fail. If you ever felt like a failure because you tried something and it didn't work out for you, well, you gained something because of that failure. You wouldn't know unless you tried. And I do honestly believe that then it wasn't for you. Because people that are very successful in what they do, they have still failed. They have had failures along the way, but they keep going once they know it's for them. And I will keep going on here if I feel like it's for me, but my whole point is just, I'm so glad that I tried. And I just wanted to remind all of us that failure doesn't exist. Only regret exists. And once we fail at something, at least we didn't have any regrets about it because we tried and we learned something. If you feel like a failure, just ask yourself, what did you gain because of what you failed in? And that's the value. That's the reason why we did it. That's how we can feel good about it. Sorry for my pissed off energy, but still not sorry, because this needed to get out there. Thank you.